Welcome back to Definitely Not Definitive. I'm Ken.
And I'm Bethany.
And we're just a couple of goofballs in love that love reacting to some Genshin Impact.
Yes, we do.
And so we're checking out Genshin Impact Collected Miscellany. There's another Triple Trailer Tuesday, people. We're actually, like, as the time we're recording this, we're all caught up. This is going to be the last 3 that's on the playlist. So it might change by the time this comes out on YouTube because we're ahead on our Patreon, which is down below in the description of this video. We're about a month ahead there. Yeah. So yeah, are you ready to do this?
I'm ready.
Okay, well, before we start...
we have to have a drink.
Yeah.
It is the Cleese Sparkling Bomb, and it's got a pop rock rim, so it's awesome.
Cheers.
Cheers. It gets you feel like a kid again.
Yeah, drinking champagne as a kid. I remember those days.
It's not what I meant.
In Fontaine, where the world's waters converge, the stage blurs the line between drama and reality. But high above the histrionics stands a solemn figure whose demeanor seems at odds with the spectacle below.
The pleasure is all mine.
Neuvillette is extremely adept at using hydro. Water itself seems to be at his beck and call.
Effortless.
Surely this power is the true source of his capacity for impartial judgment. Despite having neither a vision nor any professional training, Neuvillette's diving skills are vastly superior to the ordinary person. If Neuvillette is in the party, underwater sprint speed is increased for your own party members. Neuvillette's normal attack calls forth the waves with his cane, performing up to 3 strikes that deal
fixes a little...
damage.
Not tie, but...
While charging, Neuvillette's
he does seem very,
attack
like,
slowly gathers
polished.
the power of the source water to form a seal of arbitration. He can move freely and change direction while the seal is formed.
Bucky doesn't like him enough.
If he stops charging before the seal is fully formed, Neuvillette consumes a set amount of stamina to perform a charged attack, shooting a powerful blast of water that deals AoE hydro damage. If the seal is fully formed when charging stops, he performs a charged attack, Equitable Judgment, instead, releasing a surging torrent that continuously deals AoE hydro damage to enemies in a straight line in front of him. Charged attack Equitable Judgment does not consume stamina and lasts for a set period. If his HP is higher than a certain percentage while using it, he continuously consumes HP.
Well, how does he heal back up?
After unlocking the talent Heir to the Ancient Sea's authority, when a party member triggers a Vaporize, Frozen, Electrocharged, Bloom, Hydro Swirl, or a Hydrocrystallize reaction on an enemy, Neuvillette gains the Past Draconic Glories effect for a period of time, increasing the damage dealt by Equitable Judgment. He can have up to 3 stacks of Past Draconic Glories, and stacks created by each kind of elemental reaction exist independently. Neuvillette's elemental skill calls down a raging waterfall that deals AoE hydro damage to enemies in front of him, based on his own max HP.
Take that, blobs.
After striking an enemy, the skill generates 3 source water droplets near the enemy. While he is charging his charged attack, he absorbs source water droplets within a certain radius. Each source water droplet absorbed restores HP and reduces the time required for the seal to fully form.
That's how he restores.
At certain intervals, after the waterfall summoned by his elemental skill has descended, a Spirit Breath Thorn appears that pierces enemies, dealing Pneuma-aligned hydro damage.
Be sanctified.
Using his elemental burst, Neuvillette unleashes rupturing waves that deal AoE hydro damage based on his own max HP. After a short interval, 2 waterfalls descend that deal hydro damage in a smaller area and create several source water droplets within a given radius. Life is governed by its own natural law, and none who defy it will escape arbitration. After unlocking the talent Discipline of the Supreme Arbitration, Neuvillette receives a hydro damage bonus.
What's like his name,
based on
Neuvillette?
the amount of his current HP that exceeds a certain percentage. The size of the damage bonus
That's like the theme of
this way
people that are in this realm, it seems.
As the Eudex, Neuvillette's conduct is just and fair as the water itself. The innocent need not fear,
Lynette.
but the guilty will be tried for their
That was Lenny.
transgressions. In
From an A.
combat, fully charged attacks using seals of arbitration are Neuvillette's primary mode of attack. Source water droplets generated by his elemental skill.
I don't know why they strike me as
charge his charged
French
attack
names.
equitable judgment
Yeah.
and deal hydro damage.
I mean, that's not to say that they are. They just, that's how they sound to my ear. But I'd be curious if they are and if they have a translation, like a meaning.
The cooperation of his companions, the ensuing torrential onslaught of the tide.
Yeah, this guy's name, Badass Judge.
From Neuvillette's
Badass water
position,
judge.
every conflict
Pretty
in
cool if it meant
Tevat
like
must seem
justice.
like a comedy acted upon a stage. Fighting for territory that doesn't belong to them, singing the praises of overlords who imprison them, and committing sins that will long outlive them. Still, he does not seem to be an unfeeling spectator at all. In fact, he even tries to understand the causes behind this state of affairs. I rarely see such people, but lest you condemn me as ignorant or a loner for making such a statement, I should remind you that there is only one Iudex of Fontaine in this world. The fortress of Meripede is where exiles gather. Sitting on the seabed far beyond the reach of the court of Fontaine, the name alone evokes danger and teeming breeding chaos.
Cool.
But this fortress, built of bronze and iron, is a bastion of order. One can't help but wonder, who is in charge here? If you have a chance to meet the administrator, you really should go and see for yourself.
You got a side job for me? Sure thing.
No matter how talented a
do side
manager
missions.
you are, it's difficult to convince people
Unless
in the
it's
fortress of
Spider-Man.
Meripede without the ability to enforce the rules. The intelligent respect the rules, and those who have faced Wriothesley's cryo gauntlets naturally come to regret their previous ignorance.
Nice.
So as
This
to
has
be
got
ready for anything, Wriothesley makes the most out of any opportunity to prepare. When Wriothesley crafts weapon ascension materials, he has a chance to receive double the product, boosting the party's adventure readiness. Wriothesley's normal attacks condense frost onto his
Forceful fists
gauntlets,
of frost.
and he strikes rapidly with his repelling fists, dealing cryo damage with a combo of up to 5 swift attacks. Also, for a short time after Wriothesley uses his elemental skill or sprints, the counter on his normal attack combo will not reset. When using a charged attack, Wriothesley consumes a certain amount of stamina and executes a leaping strike with his vaulting fist,
I like this guy.
dealing AoE cryo damage.
And then presses
When
Jack in the
Wriothesley
balls.
uses his elemental skill, he quickly adjusts his breathing, rhythm, and pace.
Yes, that
Sprinting
is the
forward a short
takeaway.
distance, he enters the chilling penalty state, increasing his resistance to interruption in order to deliver even more devastating attacks. While in the chilling penalty
What's
state,
News attack?
repelling fist is
cool.
enhanced. Each strike does more damage, but if his HP is
Why
above
do I
a
feel like those
certain
were like phone number
threshold,
digits?
he loses a small amount of
They're in pairs of 3 and then 4. Makes me think of phone number digits.
This effect disappears when Wriothesley leaves the field. After unlocking the talent,
Come
there
on,
shall be
come
a
on,
plea
come and
for
get it.
justice. When Wriothesley's HP is below a certain threshold, he gains Gracious Rebuke, and his next normal attack is enhanced, becoming Rebuke Vaulting Fist. Rebuke Vaulting Fist does not consume stamina, and its damage is increased. After striking a target, Wriothesley regains a portion of his max HP. The Gracious Rebuke effect can only be triggered once in a set period of time.
Have a safe trip.
See you next fall.
With his elemental burst, Wriothesley activates his gauntlets, unleashing a ferocious, frosty straight strike, using icicle impact on the area in front of
That was
him
cool.
to deal multiple instances of AoE cryo damage. After icicle impact ends,
Got some style
a
and flash
surging
to him.
blade falls on the opponent's position, dealing
Icicle impact,
Lucia
another good
aligned
alliteration.
cryo damage. Behind every crime lies an action, and those actions have consequences. After unlocking the talent, there shall be a reckoning for sin, when Wriothesley's HP increases or decreases. If he is in the chilling penalty state, after using his elemental skill, chilling penalty will gain a stack of prosecution edict, increasing his attack. This effect can stack up to a certain limit. It's a good idea to avoid unnecessary battles, but for Wriothesley, turning the tables on someone and throwing down can be quite the cool and refreshing experience. In battle, Wriothesley quickly primes himself for the fight by using his elemental skill, before unleashing his repelling fist to attack. The HP lost at this time is exactly what he needs to enhance his charged attacks. In harmony with his own battle rhythm, Wriothesley can unleash an even more powerful Rebuke Vaulting Fist, dealing a powerful blow to enemies while regaining composure.
Punching that robot in the junk.
His energy is full. Wriothesley can punch forward with Condensed Frost, dealing multiple instances of AoE cryo damage to punish mischief makers and rabble-rousers.
Rabble-rousers.
Lives are short.
Gotta check those
and their
rabble-rousers.
memories cannot be passed on. The origins of the Fortress of Meripede have long become shrouded in the mists of the past and difficult to verify. But as the prophesized catastrophe looms ever closer, Wriothesley pieced together the lost shards of history and revealed once more the silent secrets of the underwater fortress.
Cool.
Yeah, an underwater fortress is awesome.
Condemned willingly serve the gods out of their own sense of guilt. But have they ever considered that the gods may be unable to bring them the consolation they long for?
Cats are very big these days in Genshin Impact, it seems.
Cats are big in general. Like, why couldn't I have had a puppy in Assassin's Creed?
Yeah.
Why did it always have to be a cat?
Lady Furina's dramatic twists never fail to amaze.
You just talked about a dog. There you go.
There's a puppy! Soprano or a melancholy contralto, nor where her
Also, her name is Lady Furina?
lead the audience's gaze.
Like spiffy and upper crust.
That was a snippet from one of the most popular editions of the Steambird.
Apparently she's badass. A lot of people were talking about her in our latest Genshin video.
Furina has an entourage of hydro-proficient companions to assist her in various capacities. To show her gratitude, she occasionally invites them to her tea parties.
And gives them cupcakes.
With the world's doors open wide before her, the notion of a stage is not so narrowly defined. While Furina is in the party,
the sea is my stage.
The cooldown of xenochromatic Fontamer aberrant skills is reduced.
Like that.
Furina's normal attack can combo up to 4 sword strikes, dealing physical damage to enemies.
Oh wow, a little
Using
bow
a
afterwards.
Consumes a set amount of stamina to unleash her
Michael Jackson
aura.
She's got style points.
Physical damage to nearby enemies and changing Furina's Arca alignment.
Arca alignment.
Periodically, when Furina's normal attack hits, a Spirit Breath Thorn or a Surging Blade descends on the enemy, dealing Pneuma or Usia aligned Hydro damage based on her current Arca alignment. Her elemental skill invites the guests of the Salon Solitaire into battle to support her performance. When Furina's Arca alignment is Usia, she scatters a spray of celebratory bubbles, dealing AoE hydro damage based on her max HP. And
speaking of celebratory bubbles, let's have champagne.
I second that.
Namely, Gentilhomme Usher the Ball Octopus, Surintendant Cheval Moran the Bubbly Seahorse,
the Bubbly Seahorse,
Crabaletta the Armored Crab.
Crabaletta! Oh my god!
Periodically attack nearby enemies, prioritizing the active
okay, I can see why everyone loves
target,
her. Fantastic.
Deal hydro damage based on max HP. When a Salon member attacks, the strength of the attack increases based on the number of nearby party members whose current HP is over a certain percentage, and consumes some HP from them. The more characters that meet the requirements, the greater the increase. When Furina's Arca alignment is Pneuma, she summons the Singer of Many Waters, which periodically heals nearby active characters by an amount based on max HP. If Furina's elemental skill summons are on the field when she uses a charged attack, the lineup switches to match her new Arca alignment. The Salon members and Singer of Many Waters share a duration, so when the lineup changes, the new guests inherit the remaining duration. While Salon members or Singer of Many Waters exist, Furina can walk on water.
Cool.
Awesome.
After unlocking the talent Unheard Confession, Furina's elemental skill is enhanced in 2 ways.
Okay, no.
Damage dealt by Salon members
She turned into somebody else. I was like, what the hell just happened?
The interval between heals from the Singer of Many Waters is decreased, both scaling with max HP. The maximum buff that can be obtained this way has a certain limit.
Time to shine!
Harnessing the spirit of revelry, Furina's elemental burst creates a stage of bubbles and foam that deals AoE hydro damage based on her max HP, and causes all party members to enter the Universal Revelry state. While in Universal Revelry state, each time a nearby party member's HP rises or falls, Furina gains 1 stack of fanfare per 1% of their max HP that is gained or lost. The damage dealt by, and incoming healing bonus of, all nearby party members will be increased based on Furina's fanfare. When
Based
the
on her
duration
fanfare?
ends, all stacks of fanfare are clear.
Should it pop up in the
Tides
bottom?
of life ebb
No,
and
I missed
flow
it.
like an endless waltz.
I was focused like
After unlocking
too far.
the talent Endless Waltz, when the active character
Up
in
on
your
the
party
screen.
receives healing, if the source of the healing is not Furina herself and the healing overflows,
See?
then
Oh, the
Furina
3
will
little
periodically
characters pop up. Oh, yeah, pop up. Yeah.
by a certain percentage of their max HP for a short duration after.
That's great. That's great.
The bubbles all over the screen.
While Furina prefers the Opera House stage to the theater of combat, she has some insight into the common ground between battle and acting. Just a little fanfare can turn an impromptu performance into a tour de force. Furina's primary tool in combat is her elemental skill, with which she summons her entourage to assist her in battle. By switching between her guests with her charged attack, she can change her Arca alignment to suit the demands of the battle. When energy is full, Furina fashions a stage out of foam and bubbles. As she accrues fanfare from her fellow party members, she bolsters their combat capabilities, building up to a glorious finale fit for the finest opera.
Nice.
While I can't claim much expertise when it comes to opera, I have heard that actors often rehearse in front of the mirror. On the one hand, they need to immerse themselves in the character and the scene, and on the other, they must see themselves from the perspective of the audience to decide whether their act is emotionally compelling. I'm
Wait, he
sure
said
that
emotionally
Furina,
compelling.
too, has spent time adjusting her technique in front of the mirror all alone. But I wonder, who is it that she really sees looking back at her?
I mean, Furina's number 1.
Yeah.
There's no question about that. This was a really strong trio.
Yeah.
Probably the strongest one we've had in quite some time, where every single one of them I really enjoyed, really liked them. And I mean, for Furina to stand out, I think in this trio even speaks speaks very highly of her, because like I feel like it wasn't even close. Like she separated herself by a lot.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Like she releases happy bubbles. She, when her performance is going well, she's got an audience that she creates out of foam. She has a like quartet of little sea creature friends who support her in her performance. One of which is named, was it Crabietta?
I think so. Crabietta.
Come on. What is not to love about that?
She got some style. She like tips her hat like this. Like I said, like she did like the MJ, and then also taking a bow as well. Like, yeah, I mean, and then at the end though, the little mystery of like what does she see when she looks in the mirror? The narrator clearly has like zero respect for actors. You know, just like when they try to get in some emotional like. He said it with such mockery.
That emotional performance.
Yeah, exactly.
Ugh. Obviously, we're gushing over Lady Furina. I've got
my apologies, Lady Furina.
One thing that I noticed in particular was that Neuvillette, and I'm probably definitely saying it wrong, so I apologize, and Lady Furina both, to me, really stood out as feeling like they were from a different era. Like I definitely got sort of more early 1900s era about them in the way they spoke, in the way that they held themselves. Like Neuvillette with his outfit and just sort of like his poise in the way that he stands and kind of how he, I don't know, he just seems to kind of take himself really seriously in a way that I think I associate with that era. It just, that stuck out to me as something that it seems like they were toying with when they were creating like this batch of characters.
Okay, so between the two though, Wriothesley or Neuvillette, who did you like best? Who gets second place?
I think it's Wriothesley, although I will say that it was really close.
Yeah.
I just think I like the jaunty attitude of Wriothesley. Like that just appeals to me more as a personality than the sort of like super composed and kind of like cold, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Aristocratic demeanor of Neuvillette. Like that just, I can admire that in certain historical figures or character types that I might see in a play or on TV or something, but I don't have an in with them. Whereas somebody who is a little more laid back and doesn't play their cards quite so close to the vest gives me a little more to connect with.
Yeah, same. But Matt, that would be the same order for me: Wriothesley and Neuvillette. So it'd be Lady Furina, Wriothesley, and then Neuvillette as 1, 2, 3. And because I mean, like, how could you not like a guy that just like kicks ass to unwind and like in a tie, a loosened tie? I mean, it's not all the way up. It's a little loose. It's like he's done with his work day. He's ready to unwind. He's ready to beat somebody's ass.
I mean, that's what we do on a tough day. We just
we go out and just beat people up.
As I was about to finish, we just do it with Mario
I won't let you
Kart.
finish.
We do it with Mario Kart or Spider-Man or Assassin's Creed or Mortal Kombat. Like that's where our unwind need comes versus like the actual physical. But we can relate to him because we're like, yeah, we go out and as Liu Kang beat some ass after a tough day at work.
If you have gauntlets, you're just gonna get extra credit from me. I give extra credit for gauntlets. That is a rule.
Unless you're Thanos.
Yeah, no,
you get no gauntlets.
Not from you. You don't get any extra credit.
No.
He still gets extra credit from me. Thanos.
No.
And then, actually, power-wise, though, I would go the reverse order. I would go Neuvillette, Wriothesley, and Lady Furina as far as who I think is the most powerful. Yeah, like Neuvillette, like it just seemed so effortless, and it seemed like almost like he was holding back in his power levels. Wriothesley it seemed like he always gives his all in everything. Like he was impressive. I mean, he was strong, but like I don't know. Maybe magic wise, he was lacking a little bit. There's too much about the fisticuffs in this world. Magic, might be king. And Lady Furina, I don't know. Maybe it's just because she's just like I don't know. I can't see someone as like being super powerful that has like bubble like monsters. Like
I disagree. I thought she had a lot of good powers.
I'm not saying she's not like fun to play with and she doesn't have like a lot of fun, like good powers that might be like good in the game. I'm just saying that
I would keep my same order.
Okay.
For powers.
So you give Lady Furina. Do you think she's the best or she's the most powerful?
Yep. I'm sticking by my lady.
Okay. All right, you're one of those little audience members that's down there like cheering her on.
Lady Furina. I would need a top hat though. One of the audience members had a top hat. I would want to be the top hat audience member.
Okay. Let us know what you thought about this down below in the comments, and what we've got the power levels right, or according to the game, according to the lore. Let us know. If you want all of our Genshin Impact reactions, check out the description of this video. We got a playlist there for you. Yep. I'm not sure where we'll be once this comes out. If we're gonna continue on with some more Genshin Impact on Patreon, or if we're gonna go to the cutscenes, or what we're gonna do right there. But you can always check out our playlist for all of our Genshin Impact reactions.
He's leaving you with an air of mystery.
Air of mystery. Yes, there you go. Leave with an air of mystery. Yeah, sure. Thanks so much for checking out our reaction for Genshin Impact Collected Miscellany, but just keep in mind
that our reaction is definitely not definitive.